Okay, today we're going to tie a somewhat realistic worm fly, or in the right color, I guess it could be a grub. We're starting off with a Daiichi 1770 in the vise. Get that there. And going to use some UTC 70 in dark brown, along with some 020 lead wire. If you tie these kind of realistic or worm flies that use the latex rubber material. This almost seems like a rubber band, as I'll show you in a minute. Let me know your favorite hook to tie these on. This is a fun looking hook. I think you end up more with a grub type fly, which I'm okay with, because I feel like this is going to be a great fly for the bluegill in my area. When I start my thread, and with this lead wire, I like to keep my tag end of the thread so that the wire doesn't necessarily, or the thread doesn't necessarily sink in to that wire. And then I can kind of get it attached on both sides and pull too hard and rip that out. I can come in here with my razor scissors and go ahead and get that trimmed out. It's fine because we're not back to the back yet. One thing I noticed with this is I like to have some kind of ribbing to help show the segmentation. Here I'm just going to use some pearl crystal flash. I tried using darker material for the ribbing, and I just didn't like how it looked. And this pearl crystal flash adds a little bit of flash in that ribbing, but uh, doesn't add too much to where it's kind of overpowering. So for the body of this, it is this Nymph Rap from Fulling Mill. So it is just basically a rubber band, and you come in here. Let's see if I can. And you see, I cut as an angle. Here, I'll do it really quick. I just come in with my razor scissors and just trim that off at an angle. And then with it angled upwards like this, I'll capture just the point of it. Once you get a good attachment, you kind of pull on that. Will help keep this tie in thin. Back to the bend. Now, you don't necessarily have to, but I do like to kind of roughly cover this lead and make the transition from lead to hook a little smoother. We're going to wrap that basically rubber band body all the way to the front. I like to hold back maybe a hook eye length so I don't crowd the hook. All right, so now I like to pull this tight here at the back as we start. And we're going for just overlapping. Don't need to overlap a ton. I would say less than half. I want the segmentation, but I don't want it to be nothing but segmentation. As I get to the lead, I like to let go a little bit of that tension and let it get a little bit. That lets the body get a little bit thicker there at those wraps. That might be one of the reasons why it kind of feels like it would be a better grub pattern or something like that. Now that I'm back closer to the hook eye where I want to tie off, I'll give it a little more tension. Some thread there. Capture that. Forward here. Behind. And this is where nice sharp scissors, razor scissors, you give a little bit of tension. Not too much, you don't want it to sink underneath all of your wraps that you made and come free, but enough that then you can make a head to this fly. After you're securing wraps, you don't necessarily need to bite down on it, and I would even say it's fine to flatten your thread. Now we want to wrap our ribbing in the same direction. And those first segmentations in the back can be difficult. You'll notice here that very first segmentation, I just skipped it because this Krystal Flash doesn't really like to lay nicely into that first part. But every other one, you can tuck it right in that spot where the material overlaps. Until we get here to the front. Turn this off close. Flatten that thread out. For everything. Once you got everything covered there, now you can come in here with a, really just need like a 3-turn whip finish. And then that worm grub pattern is ready to fish, just like that. Some people do come in with some Solar as bone dry, coat that fly, give it a little extra durability, or you can leave it like this, and it does have a little bit of gumminess feel to it. And I think the bluegill in my area, when they grab this and they feel that gumminess, are going to like that better. So I'm going to try these out, leaving them like they are. But there is kind of a realistic worm pattern. If you like fishing these, let me know what your favorite hook is in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.